Hi. Okay, it is week 4 and we are all ready to get started on phonetics and phonology. I'm not going to lie to you, this stuff can be a little bit challenging. I've gone through and I have picked out, what is most essential, what is the most important, assignments, the most important content that you really, really need. And I think that I have just everything that you need and everything that you don't need, I've thrown out. So when you take a look at the assignments, there are a lot of assignments this week, but some of them are kind of short quizzes. So when you look at them, at first glance, it's a little bit overwhelming, but you're going to need to give yourself some time. I'm also going to do some set office hours, and I'll make announcements about when that's going to be. Hopefully, this is going to be the last video that you see of me sitting in my house. My plan is over the weekend to move all of my office stuff into my actual office on campus. It should be all ready to go. So from now on, any videos that I make should be in it from a different location. Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so let me show you what's going on for the assignments. Alrighty, so for week 4, it's all about phonetics and phonology. And if you remember back to the very first week, we did like the overview of linguistics, phonetics and phonology. It's all about sounds. Remember, phonetics is just really looking at sounds and just really kind of describing the sounds as they're articulated, as they come out of the person's mouth, really kind of describing where the tongue touches the different parts of the teeth, the top of the mouth, and how the vocal cords are vibrating or not, all of those different things, just kind of describing them. Phonology is more about looking at an individual language and how the sounds are organized within that language. So each language has what's called a phonological inventory, and that has to do with the sounds in that language and then also different combinations of sounds that are possible within that language. Okay, so that's kind of the difference between phonetics and phonology. Okay, so you can see that there are 9 assignments for this week, but let me just show you what each one is. So the first one is a quiz, and it has to do with consonants in English. We're only looking at English sounds. There are many different sounds, other sounds that are in all languages of the world, but just to keep it simple, we're just looking at English for this course. If you were to take a phonetics class, say like you went to Fresno State or another 4-year university and you took a phonetics course, you would be looking at many more sounds. But for the purposes of this class, we're just keeping it simple. So watch the video, take the quiz. There's only 3 questions and you have 3 attempts. So hopefully everybody can get 100% on this one, and then that should get you through. So hopefully that doesn't take you too long to get 100% on that one. Okay, then same thing, same guy, YouTube video. This is a professor. I just really like his videos and the way he explains things, and so you don't have to listen to me talking so much. Again, just 3 questions, watch the video, and see if you can get 100% on these. And this should kind of give you like a good kind of background into, the different consonants and vowels. Okay. Then this next quiz is more about an overview of phonetics. And what I have here is this longer document that was written by Dr. Brian Agbayani, who is a professor at Fresno State. He also teaches usually 1 or 2 classes for Fresno City College, usually online classes. He teaches Ling 11, sometimes also, mostly I think 10 as well. But anyway, he wrote this short little chapter. And so the quiz is based on this information. So you should kind of have this in front of you as you're taking the quiz, and the quiz questions should be in the order that you're going to read them. So, you know, good idea to have this in front of you. You can scan through it. There's a lot of, you know, new vocabulary, new concepts, you know, some pictures here, a lot of vocabulary that you're going to come across, a lot of new concepts, new ideas. Like I said, there's all these symbols here. You know, some of them are like the letters that we're used to, but some of them are new symbols that you're not used to. This is phonetics, okay? So this is the meat of what phonetics is. Okay, and there are 10 questions here, get 3 attempts. So, you know, try your best to get the highest score possible on this one. If you've taken it like once or twice and you're still stumped on like 1 or 2 questions, reach out to me and I'll help you with it. Okay, then we've got a quiz on phonology, and there's another video by the same YouTube guy, and he is gonna explain this idea of phonemes and allophones, which is really kind of the key concept of phonology. There's some vocabulary here that you kind of need to know up front. So that is sort of kind of explained in the PowerPoint, but I think if you kind of have this in your mind, it's going to make it a lot easier before you watch the video. Then go through the PowerPoint. If you'd like to kind of skim through this article, you can check that out as well. And you're going to want to have this PowerPoint in front of you as you're taking the quiz. Okay, so once you've gotten through that, do those quizzes first, and that is going to give you kind of the foundational understanding of phonetics and phonology, okay? Once we're finished with that, then we're going to move on to the application part. So that is how it applies, why it's important, why we need to know this stuff for classroom teaching. So the first assignment is about the difference between English and Spanish vowels. So I've got a couple of short articles and then a couple of these videos for you. And the videos are just these 2 different instructors who are teaching. One is teaching English speakers to speak Spanish, and one is teaching Spanish speakers to speak English, okay? And they're just sort of there for you for demonstration purposes. So the idea here is I want you to really tell me the difference between Spanish and English vowels to characterize them. Now, I know that a lot of you know Spanish. A lot of you are bilingual in English and Spanish. You're very fluent. But there are some of you who do not, everyone knows English, but some of you do not know Spanish at all. It's almost kind of a disadvantage if you know Spanish, because it's hard to almost recognize this because it's just so obvious to you that it's kind of hard to explain it. So you have to almost kind of forget the information that you know and really sort of, like forget all of that and just pay attention to what you see in the videos and the articles, okay, in order to answer these questions, if that's possible, if you can do that. If you're completely, totally stumped, again, you can reach out to me for more explanation. The next assignment is about Hmong and English phonology and sort of comparing. For this one, we're looking at consonants, vowels, and also maybe even tones, because Hmong is a tonal language, has a tone differentiation. So keep that in mind. And you're kind of doing the same thing, answering the questions down here. What would some problems be for, someone who is learning Hmong, or someone who's learning English who's a Hmong speaker. Okay, so keep those in mind. The trouble that students have on this is they almost try to make it a little bit too difficult. The answers are like right on the page, so you're just gonna pick words where the sounds are right there on the page. Okay, if you're not sure about this, send me like a draft of what you think might be the answer, and I'll tell you yes or no, okay, ahead of time. It's not a problem. Okay, and then for this one, I've got a lot of vocabulary up front because this article is a little bit technical. So really what I'm just asking you to do is to tell me some of the most important points, just a really short, 200-word minimum, kind of a couple of points that you picked out, and then your reaction to it. Okay, nothing too fancy there. What did you get from the article, or it's like a chapter of a book. Okay, and then for this one, we're really going to apply teaching phonological awareness. So for this one, there's a short little video here, and then some information here in this article that talks about some sample activities for teaching phonological awareness. But honestly, you can probably come up with some better activities. You probably know them. You probably remember them from when you were in preschool, kindergarten, first grade, or if any of you are working in classrooms or working with children of that age, you probably are doing them, or you're seeing them, and you may not even realize that that's the reason why that you do them. These kind of like word games and songs, rhyming games, and songs that kind of play with language that children just love and gravitate towards, that they always want you to repeat all the time. Those are important because they do teach phonological awareness, and kids are they like them and they're drawn to them. Those things that they that little kids want you to like repeat the same song like over and over and over again, that gets like really annoying for adults. Those actually are really important for them to develop phonological awareness. So that is what I'm asking about. Okay, so start with a real quick little definition of what phonological awareness is and why it's important, and then come up with just like a real quick little summary of an activity. And it could be something that you pulled from the article, or better yet, something else that you know about. And I know that everyone has something that they know about, that they remember. Maybe it's something that, if you have kids or younger brothers and sisters, something that, that you do with your own kids, or again, something that you know about from a classroom situation. Okay, and then the very last thing is just this discussion. It's almost kind of like a reflection of the whole unit on phonology or phonetics and phonology. And it's really open-ended, but I just want to really see what is the most important thing that you learned this week, or what is the biggest thing that made the most impact on you that you feel is going to that you're going to take with you, or something that you didn't realize before that you feel is very important. So that's what I'm asking you about. And then, try to, when you do your replies, try to make a comment on your classmates' post that really adds to that, or, something else that you can, that you remembered or that you learned where you're adding to their post. So far, the discussions in this class are really good. Some of the best discussions from any class I've ever seen. So I know that the discussions are going to be great. I'm very, very impressed with your discussions. This is just a really, really thoughtful class. So I really, really am enjoying that. Okay, and I'll get in there and also, reply to some of you. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about anything. Just email me and I should be able to respond pretty quickly. Okay, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.